Welcome to Animal Care Unleashed with Sonia. I'm Sonia Maiorano, Field Placement Advisor for the Animal Care Program at Conestoga College. I'm also a registered veterinary technician, a certified canine massage therapist, an Ontario certified instructor, and a proud member of the ASMVT. But most importantly, I'm your host for this video series where we connect with professionals who inspire and guide our future animal care leaders. Today, I'm thrilled to welcome Samantha Westphal, the Senior Manager of Animal Care at the Guelph Humane Society, where she has been a leader in advancing animal welfare and compassionate sheltering practices for nearly a decade. With over 12 years of experience in the animal welfare and nonprofit sector, Samantha brings extensive expertise in shelter management, animal care operations, and team leadership. She oversees a multidisciplinary team responsible for the daily care, medical support, and behavioral well-being of hundreds of animals each year. Throughout her career, Samantha has been a driving force behind developing and implementing progressive shelter protocols, from fear-free handling and disease prevention to data-driven intake management and foster programming. Passionate about balancing animal welfare science with the emotional realities of shelter work, Samantha is deeply committed to creating systems that support both the animals and people who care for them. Known for her empathy, empowering leadership, and dedication to advocacy, Samantha's work reflects a lifelong commitment to making communities safer and kinder for animals in need. So let's dive into today's topic, hiring insights. So Samantha, thank you so much for joining us today. To start, I'd love to hear a little bit about your perspective on what makes a candidate stand out for you in this industry.
So really, I'm looking for compassionate, reliable candidates who have a passion for animal welfare. Having technical skills is going to be very important, of course, but having that compassion, that empathy, that really can be very important for setting us up for success in this role.
That's great. So how important is formal education compared to hands-on experience in your hiring decisions?
Both have value, of course. For me, having hands-on experience does have more weight in those entry and mid-level roles. A candidate who can demonstrate strong animal handling skills, as well as having good judgment and good experience, it goes a long way and will definitely stand out. Those who have a genuine understanding of animal sheltering and the dynamics of how a shelter will work, that's definitely an asset as well. For more roles, more like RVTs or more of the medical coordination type roles, having that formal education is going to be an asset, but having hands-on experience as well is it's really going to push you that much further.
So speaking of qualities, emotional resilience that often comes up in this field, what roles does adaptability and emotional resilience play in the animal care roles?
It's absolutely essential. Animal care is emotionally intense work. We're dealing with unpredictable situations, managing different emergencies that may come up. No day is the same. Sometimes we're also handling unfortunate situations like humane euthanasia. It's the ability to adapt quickly and stay composed and caring for yourself while also caring for others. That's going to go a long way, and that's going to build for a resiliency in this type of role.
So now let's flip to the perspective. What should candidates be avoiding? Are there any common mistakes candidates make during their interviews or on their resumes?
There's a few. One would be maybe relying too heavily on just our love of animals, and instead we really want candidates to be demonstrating their understanding of all aspects of the role. Things like infectious disease control, animal handling, that type of thing. That's going to be really important. Also, we can sometimes miss those transferable skills that can look like having good customer service experience, conflict resolution, those type of things. It's definitely important to mention those because it might put you ahead of another candidate. Also, I do notice if if a candidate hasn't researched our facility or our organization. So doing your homework a little bit, that's going to be helpful in an interview if you know what you know who you're speaking with, whether it's a clinic or a shelter. I think that's really important.
That's great. Culture fit is something that we hear about often in hiring. So how do you evaluate cultural fit within your organization?
So I look for alignment in our core values, so having compassion, accountability, collaboration with others. During interviews, I do pay attention to how candidates will speak about conflict or stress. Do they resort to blame, or do they lead with solutions? That's going to really help me have an insight as to their personality and maybe who they really are. And we also sometimes ask scenario-based questions to gauge the level of empathy or flexibility that a candidate may have. And we find that there's certain ways that we can word questions to be able to see kind of who we really are, who we're really speaking with.
For students preparing for their first job, what advice would you give? So what advice would you give to students preparing for their first job in the animal care field?
Get as much exposure as you can. So having experience is going to go a long way, like I had mentioned earlier. And so that can look like volunteering, co-op, can look like shadowing somebody who's in a role. Having those types of experiences is first of all going to build your confidence, and it's really going to set you up for success when you're kind of thrown right into it. Animal sheltering can be fast-paced. It's often an environment that we're reacting to. So if there's new things that are happening every day, if you have some experience, even if you're volunteering to clean kennels, that means something, and it's going to really take you to the next step.
So finally, let's look ahead. What trends do you see hiring in this industry right now? So how do you see hiring trends evolving in the animal care industry over the next few years? So
we are noticing an increase in behavior cases, especially around dog behavior, which really does change the focus and when we're hiring for roles like animal care roles, and even in our medical field. In an animal shelter, we're seeing so many behavior dogs, like reactivity. It could be fear. Reactivity is a big one because it's very noticeable and it takes a lot to manage. And so having candidates have experience or feel comfortable handling reactive dogs is going to be a really big asset to the field in general, because we're seeing so much of it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on our new video series, Animal Care Unleashed with Sonia. A huge thank you to Samantha Westphal for sharing her experience to all, and for listening. Thank you, everyone. Take care and keep learning.